go. Wait, you just ended.
Quit acting stupid. With
Bobby,
Jamie!
and
Andy!
Hey, nobody else jumped out. What the heck?
I did.
I'm not even hearing anything.
You can't hear it?
Yeah, Bobby was talking all through that.
I know
That's,
Bobby talked like an old man.
What? I pissed my pants?
I didn't even hear our theme song play. Sorry, guys.
Oh, wow. Okay. This
Really?
ought to be a great show. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Quit Acting Stupid. I am your host, Jamie Paredes, and joining me as always are my brothers, Bobby, Rudy, and Andy. Say hello.
Hi.
All right.
Hola, ¿cómo
You know what
estás?
You know what I really dislike is when I'm watching something or listening to something on the radio and the hosts are saying, "Oh, you should have heard our conversation, during the break," or blah blah blah, and we had the most incredible conversation that I wish could be on the show, but for graphic reasons, should not.
Guys,
It was a poop conversation. It was a poop conversation.
Yeah, I mean,
nobody's listening to this show anyway, so I might as well tell a story. I mean, really,
Mookie.
who's going to get mad?
Stinks.
My wife who doesn't listen. I mean, really?
What about your client? Don't you have clients? I hear you speak about clients sometimes.
Yeah, I think I know you're drunk right now, Bob, so we should probably protect you and
let's
kind of mosey on past the stink nugget conversation.
I would just say
I wanted to just tease it, but now Bobby gave it away that it was his story, because I was going to say one of us pooped somewhere and you'll never guess where, or something like that,
and saved it. But whatever.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Well, that would be two of us who have saved it, because you had the Colgard story a while back.
I didn't save it. I shipped it off for others to enjoy, and
it was saved for others to enjoy.
Yeah, for others to do what they will.
Bottom line, while my brothers were producing a podcast last Tuesday night, I was in the midst of some serious, I don't know, food poisoning, if that's the right word, or stomach flu, or 24-hour stomach virus. But
poisoning.
Yeah, I was
stomach bug is kind of the cute thing that we've all adopted, right?
Yeah,
we don't want to go with it.
It was stomach bug. Let's say stomach bug. So I had a stomach bug last Tuesday night, and unfortunately, I had it in the middle of a Lyft ride to the airport. I had to tap our driver on the shoulder, and
excuse me, sir.
Because he was hard of hearing, I couldn't just tell him. I had to tap him on the shoulder and I say,
you know I don't speak Spanish.
Right
in English, please.
Pull over right there. That Exxon Mobil right there. Yeah, I'll be right back. So, yeah, look, when nature calls, what are you guys going to do?
Yeah, well, that's
you really
disgusting.
have to choice at that point, right? I mean, it's like either keep going and defecate yourself, or try to hold it as long as possible and defecate yourself. I mean,
big dumb animal listening, folks,
right, guys? I mean, at that point, I mean, Jamie, you've been there. I mean, don't act like I'm the first person to poop myself. I mean, really, come on.
I don't know what you're talking about. I
think you do. I think you do.
You man.
Don't nobody go in the bathroom for about 45 minutes.
I ran into the Exxon Mobil, ran into the bathroom, was about to, let's say, urinate.
Yeah, well, that's
while
disgusting.
I was urinating, some stuff came out the back end.
Okay, all right, let's move on.
I feel like us trying to drown you out with the drops is not clicking with you.
Bobby can't hear the drops.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I just picked that up. And I think when we talk over Bob, his mic cuts out completely, so we can't hear him. But
it's like the moderators when they mute the microphones or something. Like
I thought you guys weren't going to fact check this. We can move on. I can see you guys are trying to save me from myself. So
yes, Bobby's. So bottom line is Bobby's a fecophiliac. He's obsessed with Mookie Stinks.
I was trying to figure out a way to work in fecophiliac or whatever it's called.
I've been trying to for the last 10 minutes. I've been trying to. How would I work that in? But yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. So, but anyway,
we should mention that Bobby is in a hotel room and on his phone, so that might.
Yeah, I'm still.
He doesn't have those. He doesn't have those fancy curtains in the background at his real home.
Oh no.
Yeah. I am in beautiful Wichita, Kansas. So no, I am not home. I am on the road, and I'm dealing with the difficulties of hotel internet. So there you go. And so I can't hear any of the drops you guys are playing. I couldn't hear the opening theme song, so my apologies if I'm totally
worry. Nobody's listening anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well,
all good.
All right.
So, but anyway, yeah. So, what have you guys been up to? Anything exciting?
Well,
yourselves? I got something I didn't share with you before. It's really quick, but came home today to the surprise that someone stole our Harris Walls sign out of our yard.
Dude, so many people have cameras though nowadays that's pretty ballsy.
I stopped buying signs. I stopped buying signs because my Obama signs would get stolen all the time. So I've been like, this is stupid. Yeah, I'll pass. I just won't put any up.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
We have a couple cameras because we had issues with our neighbors a couple years ago, but they're pointed in the other direction. We don't have anything out front. And so, but I've texted a few of my neighbors to see if they caught anything. Just because, not that I even really care that much, because the other funny thing, we have another sign too. Like it's fine. I wanted to kind of put that one up right away because I also you should put the new one up and then put like a
take this one too
makeshift trap, like a bear trap with like claws or something by it or something.
I like it. I like that.
Yeah. So
put a net up in the tree. Just drop the net. That net.
Yes.
Who did that?
Ronald Miller.
Who did that actually ever catch? I mean, did that ever catch anybody?
Can't Buy Me Love. Can't
Chewbacca,
Buy Me Love.
Right?
Yeah. Ronnie. What was Ronald?
We'll see the one that caught Chewbacca was on the ground, and when he stepped on it, they pulled it up from the trees. Right. This one we want to just drop from the trees. But my question is, okay, you stole the sign. You're not going to change your vote.
I know.
And did they think people drove by your house and saw the Harris? Who's this Harris Waltz? Like, I need to look into that.
I don't know who else is running.
You know what I'm going to do is now that I see that Andrew and his wife are voting for Harris Walls, I'm going to vote for them. So
yeah.
Let me grab this. I'll forget.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, and we do live in a pretty Trump-heavy neighborhood, but we're not the only Harris Walls supporters around. So I find that interesting. But I did notice that some people do have theirs like in a window. Or like up like Christmas lights or something, on the actual outside of the house. Like, I guess maybe this has happened before, or maybe
you're a rookie. I guess you'll learn the yeah.
Well, we had no problem 4 years ago when we had the Biden sign out there, but I think that was COVID times. Like no one was really going outside and stealing signs.
Yeah, I just feel like
that was the thing that kept him in line.
Yeah, well, we all had to stay
6 feet.
Yeah. Can't go stealing
at this point, look, I'm just going to vote who I'm going to vote for. And then I'm going to come back home and I'm so ready for it to be over, but yeah, terrible. Yeah, now I was going to mention that 3 out of the 4 of us went to the Royals game last week.
Yeah.
Royals playoff game. And apparently my invite got lost in the mail or
Pobrecito. You're just pobre.
Here I'm talking. I'm texting, I think did I text you guys during that game or something? Not thinking, oh yeah, they're all at the game except me. Yeah. So
we all sat together and we shared cotton candy and sang shanties.
We all had a big helmet nacho.
We shared a helmet nacho.
They're called briscatachos.
Briscatachos. There you go.
Really?
They are, but there's something weird. Sometimes I don't want to call things by their names that I know. Like, it's like, no, I'm going to be cool and just say, the helmet nachos. Like the
right.
I don't know why it is. Not that I have a problem with brisket tachos, but There's something in me that doesn't. Sometimes I don't want to say.
You shouldn't know that
because that would make you not take it seriously as a food item.
I guess so.
Well,
we
had the conversation.
We had this conversation a couple weeks ago, though, about how I never want to get those things because it's always 90 degrees. It didn't even occur to me. Like, I just walked in the stadium like, I'm not spending a dime tonight. I've already spent way too much money on these tickets. And it didn't even occur to me until the end of the thing. I was like, it was kind of cold. It would have been perfect for brisket nachos.
Perfect night.
There was postseason shirts. I haven't made my way to Rally House yet. Could have got one right there. Probably, maybe even cheaper. I don't know. But like, I didn't even think like, oh, I could have gotten some cool stuff.
I don't know if anything would have been cheaper at the stadium because when we were walking in, they had I almost bought, I think it was $15 though, pennant, like these pennants that I have up here, but it was the Yankees, Royals, logos on them, and it said, divisional series and stuff. I'm like, I'd like one of those and hang it up down here, but I also don't want to carry it the rest of the game. Like this was like as we were walking in, so yeah, and I way overdressed. So just to clarify. We weren't sitting next to each other. I went with Manny, Bobby went with Tomas, Andrew, you went with a couple friends?
Just a buddy of mine, one. Yeah.
A buddy of yours. So we were all in different locations, but
yeah.
I was at my house.
But Rudy shows up over in our section and I'm like, what are you wearing? He literally had a sweatshirt under his jersey. I think you were wearing sweatpants under your jeans. I mean, he looked like he was preparing for about 3 feet of snow. I mean, I was hot just looking at it.
Because it was like 80
heavy underneath. He just had that much padding.
It was 80 degrees when I tell that bitch, please raise up off these NUTs. Anyway, it was 80 degrees in the afternoon, and then it was going to drop to 60. And I told Manny, make sure you dress warm because it's going to be cold. And then sure enough, he shows up in shorts. And I'm like, bro, you need to hear. Do you want to take? I brought all these sweatshirts. I brought a stack of clothing in the car. And I'm like, whatever you want. There's 3 different hats you can pick from. There's 3 different jerseys. There's sweatshirts, whatever you want. Dress warm. And he's like, nah. And I'm like, really? I'm like, here, at least take a jacket and carry it. And he's like, no, it's okay. I'm like, all right, well, when you're freezing.
Like old man.
Yeah.
Like a dad.
And so I had shorts on during the day and I pulled sweatpants up over them. And then I had a shirt, long sleeve shirt, and then a jersey over that, and a jacket.
To his credit, Rudy was prepared for like a Chiefs playoff game in January. I mean, he was not.
I felt like dad the whole time, because I was too hot. We were smashed in. There were people there was nowhere to go, and I'm holding like a parent would, like all their kids' clothes. I'm just holding, but it's my own stuff. And I'm just holding my jacket, just sitting there. I can't clap because I've got my hands full of stuff. Plus, they handed
my arms down.
I should have went up and got my towel. So they handed out these towels as you walk in. These rally towels.
Tabo, what?
Jamie has no idea.
Jamie.
Let him figure it out. Let him figure it out. Show it up.
Tabapazabib.
Rarudo.
Rarudo?
Baps. That was a good movie, Baps, back in the day.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
Black American Princesses.
Yes.
Yeah, the pun of that title did not hit me for several years after that movie came out.
Not until I was working at Blockbuster did I know what
those towels are terrible.
They're not as good as the ones they gave out 10 years ago. I'll be honest.
You know what? I'm glad I missed the game.
Would you say they're terrible towels?
Nice.
Now, fun story.
The Rudy
Rudy 2 towels. So walking into the game, they're handing out these towels, and everybody gets one. And Manny goes in, they give him one. Dude accidentally hands me 2, and it struck me that hey, Rudy 2 towels. Like my brothers make fun of me because I wear 2 towels out of the shower or whatever. Because for some reason they want to.
Taking 2 ice cream sandwiches at the Chiefs training camp, and you don't get crap for taking 2 towels.
Well, that's because you're a fat piece of crap. I don't know why when I was younger you guys wanted to see like my glistening body or whatever. I don't know why you guys were so anxious to see my chest, but my chesticles. But 2 towels, just cover up, man. This is for me.
So Jamie Denver did get what the acronym was, did he?
No.
Would 2 of these towels cover Manny?
Probably. You're holding it upside down, weirdo.
Oh yeah.
So Jamie, that stands for the boys are playing some ball.
Oh, stupid. I wish I didn't know. How dumb is that?
Total bases and
Points.
Pitching
points. I was gonna say points, but
pitching,
no, that's not
pitching scored.
Stolen bases.
It's stupid. It's stupid. I hate it. I'm glad I didn't go.
That was a Bobby Witt quote. So
Yeah,
mid-season.
No,
So it's
anything any sports team or somebody on the sports team says in this city, we got to make a T-shirt now, or we got to make cupcakes about it, or we get it. Oh God, I hate these people here.
It's absolutely
They
true.
do. Did they not make it? Didn't they make a cupcake of when Andy Reid was
What is that?
the
Mustache?
when he was
snot?
freezing out and he had the snot in his mustache or whatever, and they made cupcakes about it? Or
Did you see the cookie cakes with Jason Kelsey with his shirt off? Those were a thing for a little while.
thank God I didn't. God, why are people so stupid here?
Hey, you think you should tell
That's
him to
everywhere.
quit acting stupid?
Quit acting stupid. Yeah, they get the award. Yes. So whoever made those towels.
But anyway, the game was kind of a letdown, obviously.
Yeah.
So
knew
I could just turn it off and go to bed. You guys had to walk through an empty parking lot and
it took me about an hour to get my tires on the ground on the road outside, but
And I'm not going to go too far into this, but my kid, I was there with Tomas. He's a bit of a sore loser like Dad. And so when we're outside the stadium, there may have been some drunk Yankees fans that were talking smack about how they just beat the Royals. And so, my kid's trying to mouth off at folks. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to find the Lyft and the Uber line to get the heck out of there. But I thought he was going to get me in the
son's
a
gonna get your ass beat if you don't watch it.
You guys didn't take Quentin's advice and drive in there saying that you're dropping off an Uber rider and then just go park for free.
But then how does he get out of the Uber line?
I don't know.
I didn't have the nuts to do that. So
the one thing I will say to that is that I don't think anybody that works for parking at the Truman Sports Complex is going to say anything, is going to stop you from doing anything.
Hey, I'm just waving my arms.
So I knew from the night before that people took a long time getting out, right? And we parked far. I didn't feel like we were even on the property anymore. We were N42 was where we were parked.
Bingo.
So we just kept walking and just seeing all these cars parked and pissed and because they weren't moving and people that were driving big party buses and they just could not get anywhere. And meanwhile, there was one, I counted one parking lot person out there and they weren't doing a damn thing. They just couldn't even fake a.
See, I had people directing us, and then one guy in of course a big old douchebag truck disregarded what that person said and went to park wherever he wanted, and that guy started yelling, "Hey, you can't do that." But what's he gonna do? I'm in a big truck, I'll run you over. Kind of what I did trying to get out. I was in 3 lanes just going in the same direction that I came in, so I knew that's the direction I wanted to go out, but I'm in 3 lanes that were merging into one, so it was taking us a while. Then I get to the front of where we're going, and there's barricades, and there's a parking attendant standing there, and he's pointing us back towards the stadium. And I'm like, no, bitch, I'm trying to get out here. I see cars behind you, but he wasn't letting any of us go. So then somebody got his attention for a split second, and I floored it right past him, and he starts yelling at me, and Manny's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, we got to get behind this guy. And I don't want to run him over, but yeah, as soon as he looked this way, I took off. I was the next one in line, and I took off, and yeah, he's yelling at me, but I got where I needed to go. And so
you feel good, don't you?
I do.
Felt good.
Yeah, I did. I felt really good. Yeah, that shows you, but I don't know. But I was going to ask you, did you guys have annoying Yankees fans around you?
I had a few fans, but they they weren't annoying. They were annoying in the way that they were rooting when I was upset. But they were actually pretty respectful. Like they were, when they only cheered when their team scored or when they did something really good.
I'm with Andrew that we had some folks, Yankees fans behind us, and just the fact that they were simply cheering when I was angry was just irritating enough. But I can't say too many bad things though, because they took my picture with my son. So I did get a, pay all that money for tickets, and I at least got the photo that I wanted. So,
I mean,
I used my arm. I don't need any help from Yankees fans.
Oh man, I'll find it then, because I tried to do the same thing, Rudy, and I just could not get everything I wanted.
It was a terrible picture of my son and I. Like, it was awful, but I don't know. And maybe that is what you guys are saying. They were cheering when I was upset. Maybe that's why I hated it. I turned around and he had like a white beater and an open Yankees jersey and big old belly. I'm like, you fat. I just wanted to like yank him off. Like, I was so pissed.
You wanted to what him off?
I think he said he wanted to yank him off.
I think so too.
Because
I wanted to get a picture with like the postseason and the screen, but then I couldn't get my head in it.
It literally
wait,
like
move that over a little bit, and then it looks like you're actually there right now. Because
wait, what do you mean?
Cut off your... Never mind.
It literally, go back to that picture. It literally looked like Wilson from Home Improvement. There you go.
When put it up to your nose right now, and it'll look like you're there right now. Yeah, like that. Right.
No. Not right there.
Wow. Yep.
Not far.
Hey guys.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm playing a little theme music for you guys.
I noticed.
I noticed.
It really threw me off for a second. But anyway, no, the Yankees fans are behind me. I think there were a couple kids. It was like a family, so that kept them probably from being too obnoxious.
Do you guys big Jazz Chisholm fans?
I was going to bring that up too.
I don't even know why we're talking about it. It's going to bring up all these. I'm still angry about it, and
I didn't want to talk about the game at all, honestly. But then when I knew you wanted to bring it up, I was like, well, we got to talk about this, right?
Just the fact that we were there, and that was most of.
And I wasn't.
Most of our week. Yes, that's the funny part.
That was the best part. That was
because Jamie's poor.
Well, we need to throw in the fact that I would have been going to the World Series had they advanced that far.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Because my son's union, I guess somehow he gets good tickets every now and then to good stuff, and he had gotten tickets, and so I would have gone to game 2. But
you did.
Here's some fake tickets to the World Series. Like I could have printed that envelope too.
I think I could. I think he said inside of it was just like some directions on what would, how it would all. Anyway,
like first of all, he would have to meet his foreman and give him. Never mind.
All righty.
No, I obviously you hate to lose, and I don't think anybody thought the Royals were going to get this far, let alone any further. So I was happy that they got where they got, but I couldn't tell if I was more upset that they lost just because, the only times they've made the playoffs in my lifetime, they made the World Series. And I don't know if because our last couple of years we've been spoiled with Chiefs, but there's also something about whenever a team starts talking trash, like usually the team I'm rooting for stands up to them and, answers it. That Mahomes always stands up to the Bengals and the Ravens, whatever. But there was something about being big brothered by the Yankees and then losing. And I felt like everything was lining up for us to take that series, or at least make it 5, game 5.
They should have been back in Kansas City up 2-0, but oh well, whatever.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But let's fast forward. Okay, so the series.
Oh, wait. Before you move on, one thing though, the fight though that broke out, or not the fight, but when the benches cleared, that's what bothered me the most. Well, the thing is you could tell right away, right after that they got 3 back-to-back hits or something, scored their only run of the game. It's like, imagine if they just would have freaking popped him in the jaw. Could have changed the whole attitude because you could tell the whole stadium was dead until that happened.
Yeah.
And then like an idiot, I'm fighting with Yankees fans on Twitter, and I'm like, this is stupid. Like,
I can't. I couldn't.
This is dumb.
There's even Yankees fans that I follow because I like the content they put out for
Jimmy Randazzo.
That's one of them. Yeah, but I like just John Boy Media.
Yep. I follow them.
Love the breakdowns because they do them of all the teams. But now when it was Yankees Royals, and it was obviously very Yankees color.
There's a Gina Moscato or something. She's also like on Twitter. I don't know. And all of a sudden I'm like, why do we? Because now they're pro Yankees tweets coming out. I'm like, why do I follow you? Unfollow. I don't know.
Anyway,
you showed them.
All I was going to say is fast forward to the end of the series then, and the image that we'll have of this season is Bobby Witt Jr. there sitting at the dugout, just kind of watching the Yankees celebrate. What? I know we talked about it in pre-show. Just kind of what are your thoughts on taking that all in when you lose and watching the other team celebrate? Is that motivation or what? What do you guys think?
So before we get to that, but kind of on that same thing. When I'm sitting there watching the Royals game, and I'm like, they're going to lose. And I told Manny, I'm like, when they lose, I don't want to watch them celebrate. I don't want to watch them celebrate on my field. Let's just get our stuff and go. But we're in the upper deck. Like, I can't turn my back to walk away. I've got to watch them as the thousands of people in front of me are trying to get down. I have nowhere else to look. So I had to watch the entire thing. But it was terrible.
I know what you mean. Go ahead, Bob.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I just zoned in on the back of my friend's back that I was walking behind. I was like, just saw a hard.
I had to watch the whole thing
because I know what you mean. Because I thought the same thing. It's like as soon as this is off, I want to leave as soon as possible.
Yeah.
We were way at the top.
Did you guys ever give a thought to turning your back to the field and then walking down the stairs with your face towards the end of the stadium?
No, like a weirdo. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like walking down the stairs backwards.
Who did that?
Nobody did that. I'm just saying that's one way to get down the stairs.
Never crossed my mind. Nope. Zero.
Just wondering.
Anyways, when I saw that
into a ball and just like tumble down,
like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
See, I've been in situations like that, like where I think I was at a MUKU game at Arrowhead. It was like the year after the big one in 2007, and it was 2008, and it was snowing, and it was just cold, and like Mizzou lost at the end, and then just the misery of walking down that spiral and hearing, like KU fans, all celebrating. I was like, oh my God, and I'm getting snowed on, and it was just like misery. And then another time I was with Quentin and Xavier, and it was we were in Columbia for a Mizzou game when they lost to Kentucky at the very end. It was like a crappy pass interference call or whatever, and as soon as it happened, it was just like, let's go. And we just like marched as fast as we could out of that stadium, and all you could see around you was like people kicking things and MF this and this, and it was just like, we got it. It was like you're dodging all these people trying to get out of there as soon as you can. And it was, but I think that's the thing that helped me was that I'm in public. So if I was at home, I'd be MFing this, just like so angry, but I'm in public and I need to get out of this stadium. So that actually was better for me. I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
I will say it's surprising how quickly I can go from I'm enjoying this game, watching this game, to I got to get out of this big crowd of people as fast as possible. You know what I mean? Like I was able to kind of switch gears enough to say, all right, I got to get out in front before these people come in, because if we don't get past that row, then all these people are going to get it. Like I was zoned into that too, so that helped. But in retrospect, I wish I would have gone down like at 2 out or 1 out, top of the inning maybe, and just kind of
been ready to go.
Yeah. Because I was thinking more so, I tried to avoid watching them on the field, but in my head, I was like, they're going to be spraying champagne in our locker rooms. And that's where I was thinking too. It's like, that's, whatever. That's part of it. They won here. It sucks. But
going back to what Bobby had said about Bobby Witt, there's a picture out there of Bobby Witt on the top step watching the other Yankees, celebrate. And, the tagline is kind of like, this is going to build character and it's going to light a fire in him. And they did the same thing when, what was it? Stephon Diggs lost to the Chiefs in the conference championship. And, when they stand on the field and the confetti's falling and they're just watching. But the thing that crossed my mind, like, so when I look at that picture of Bobby Witt, like on the top, thing and a top step, and there's a picture taken and it's a great picture. But like, what if Garrett Hampson wanted to watch and stand next to Bobby Witt? Would that have been would have detracted from the picture? Like, you see Bobby, like he's got a fire burning in him. Like, I wonder if Garrett Hampson's like, oh, I want to see, and he's like, no, get away. This is a photo opportunity for me. Like, the photo wouldn't have been nearly as cool if MJ Melendez was up there and I almost said Felix Fermin. What the hell's his name?
Freddie
Fermin. Like, if there were 4 of them and they're all a bunch of nobodies kind of, but it was cooler because it was, look at Bobby Witt's the one guy who, and it's like, is that all for show or what?
Well, I bet you there were more at first, and they all kind of peeled away, and he's the last one standing, maybe. But also, when you're in your Hampson example, like in that instance, I would imagine Gary Hampson's like, "Hey, which one of us has got 3 RBIs in this series?"
Yeah, my playoff record is better than yours. My playoff stats are better than yours. Yeah.
But you're right though that there's every championship, there's always that picture of somebody from the other team, but it's always like a star. It's not like a scrub. It's like, I wonder if there's something to that too.
Well, it's funny because on Twitter I saw when the Padres lost to the Dodgers, the whole team was there except the stars. There was no Tatis, there was no Profar, there was no Manny Machado. The rest of the team was there, and everybody's like, that shows you what kind of, not really. Maybe they just want to get in the shower. Everybody, bottom line is I hate people. So,
but I wonder if it's not so much about like lighting a fire, if it's just the fact that you've been going 110 miles an hour for 6 months,
and now it's over.
And now it's over. Like, even until the 8th inning or 9th inning, whatever is last out, play hard to last out. Like, they were like, let's do it. And now it's like, now it just ends.
Yeah, there's nothing to do tomorrow. So, I'm not in a hurry to leave.
Tomorrow. No, Rocky.
There's no tomorrow, Rock.
Yeah. Anyway, well,
wait. Last thing before we leave baseball.
You lose. Good day, sir.
So we didn't get a chance to talk about this last week since we had our guest and we were busy with him. But I had a day at home with Vanessa last week. She had strep throat, so she had to stay home from school for a day. But she was fine. Like, she had gotten over the weekend, so she had kind of gotten better. So by Monday, she couldn't go to school yet, but she was bouncing off the walls. She hadn't done anything. So we went outside. We had this Little Tykes T-ball set that we got maybe a year ago, and she seemed to like it, but she got really frustrated that she couldn't hit it very far. She just hit it and it just barely go anywhere, and she'd get real bummed out. But it had been a while, been a year probably. So we got it back out. We were talking about baseball all day that day. So we went outside, and she said she was the Royals and I was the Yankees. And we were, like, she got really into it. And she was like making good contact with the ball. Like, she was listening to me, like me and Kaylee showing her how to hold it, how to stat, it was really cool. And then, but it really took to her to where all week she just kept saying, like, we like the Royals, we hate the Yankees. Like, she kept saying that to anybody who would ask. And so we watched The Sandlot over the weekend, this past weekend, cut to a couple days ago, with her cousins who had never seen it, and they're perfect age for it. They're like 8, 9. And we watched it, and there's a reference to the Yankees in the movie, and just the whole room's quiet, but she just goes, "We hate the Yankees."
That's great.
So we are
good stuff.
She's really come a long way in a week. So
good stuff.
She's
that's great.
I was very proud. Because too, like, I'm watching the games and she doesn't quite know. I think she could kind of tell, like, when I'm watching a sports game and something goes wrong, and she's like, okay, well, we don't want to bother Daddy right now. But when she was sick, she couldn't help it. And she was very clingy, and she was hugging on me, and I'm watching the Royals lose to the Yankees, and I'm getting like real frustrated, but I'm like, okay, be here for her. But then this was game 2, maybe. I don't remember, but they started winning. They took the lead. And we got excited. And so she saw me get excited and I was trying to explain to her the game, how it works. Okay, he's going to hit it and then they're going to run. And if he gets it, and I was explaining, she was listening, and that was really cool. I hadn't had that experience yet. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Neat.
That's awesome.
Yeah. My daughter does not listen to anything I say. Yeah. So
maybe
our
maybe it's
softball experiment is about done.
Maybe it was the way she was raised.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah.
The worst.
Anyway.
Worst.
So now
that's an inside joke, and we share that anytime our kids misbehave. We kid each other. That must be how they were raised.
I think that came from a stand-up comedian,
Chris Rock.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Really?
I can't remember what he's referencing, but or what the bit is. But he says, "Guess that's how he was raised."
Mm-hmm.
I can hear his cadence in his voice.
Oh, I know. When he was talking about how many people she slept with. Two. You two. I guess that's how she was raised. Yeah. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anywho.
So yeah, we should probably save Mom the pain of listening to us talk about sports, because I know that's her complaint is that we talk too much sports. So what else you guys got going on?
Well, let's talk food, because over the weekend I heard you guys talk about how delicious this pumpkin pie concrete was from Andy's, and given that I'm on the company's dollar today, I had just no sooner finished having a nice dish of salmon, a nice glass of wine, and I was on
some sweet.
I was on my way back to the hotel to record, and I was like, you know what? I could use something sweet. And oh, by the way, I know that there's an Andy's right here. I'm going to get me a pumpkin pie concrete. That was phenomenal. I have never tasted anything so good. And yeah, they asked me small, medium, or large, and I'm like, well, I don't really want to overdo it. I am already full. Let me go with the small. And this is what apparently a small looks like. It's still a lot larger than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, about an hour and a half ago, that's what
she said.
That was filled with custard and pumpkin pie. And
I'm very aroused.
Oh my God, it was fantastic. So I am as the kids say, I am here for it.
Oh.
No, did I jump the shark?
Yeah, no.
You're giving old man.
I like it. Yeah. Well, because his second saying was "jump the shark." That really shows your age too.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that pumpkin pie concrete I tried last week. Me and Macy went out. We got ice cream, and last year around Thanksgiving they have an apple pie concrete, and I am an apple pie whore. Like, I love me some apple pie, and I ate that concrete literally almost on a daily basis until they got rid of it because it was seasonal. So whatever. So then
maybe you ate all of it. Like, they just we have no more. Like, stop coming. It wasn't seasonal. It was just the Rudy ate too many of them.
Stop coming. You can say that again. You said it, not me.
Lord,
you said it.
Anyway.
So it was this time when I drove through, and they'll have some, seasonal stuff and unique stuff. I think they got a Kelsey concrete right now, but I read it and I don't want pecans or anything like that. But then I saw this pumpkin pie one just kind of came out like a few weeks ago. And I'm like, I don't know. I've been there before and I've skipped over it, but I'm like, no, this time I'm going to try it. And I got a medium, Bob, and way too much, too big, way too big.
Again, this is a small apparently, and I am still busting at the seams, filled with pumpkin pie and custard. And man, I tell you, if there was anything left in here, I would.
Yeah, you cleaned that up pretty good. You made a.
Stay off me! I'm starving.
Oh my God, that is amazing. I could have one of those every day. So even though we're not sponsored by Andy's, but Andy, if you want to you want to sponsor us, I would gladly eat.
We have our own Andy right here.
Yeah, but he doesn't make custard like that. And if they would pay me to promote their brand, I would gladly eat one of those pumpkin pie concretes each time we.
Maybe I'll tag them in this and see if we can get a response like from Five Below.
Andy's frozen custard.
Speaking of Andy's,
made fresh hourly.
I also had a pumpkin pie concrete this weekend for the first time. I was inspired by seeing. I think when we were at Mom's.
So hold on. This is an example or a case of really revenge eating. Is that's even possible? Was this revenge eating? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Because I wasn't hungry.
Tell the whole story.
Yeah. So
very spiteful.
We were at Mom's and Emily and Avery weren't there. Because long story, but they weren't there, and they ended up having I think she had posted on Facebook that they had they were at Red Robin for like a mother-daughter lunch or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was sitting next to Kylie, and Alicia was there. I was like, you know what?
Did you not know they were going to Red Robin?
No clue.
Oh, what a betrayal!
He found out while he was surfing Facebook, and he saw that they were at Red Robin and enjoying Limitless fries. And
you've called that out. You've called that establishment out by name as a place you would go to if everything was equal, and you get what a betrayal.
Now, granted, after all of this, they did bring home some fries, and she jamied it up and got some extra fries on the way out the door. So I appreciated that.
So that being said, did you bring them any extra ice cream?
I did not. No, it would have melted. You know how that goes.
Sure.
But no. So I looked at Kylie. I was like, why don't we go? Let's go have some ice cream. And so we ended up going to Andy's over in Independence, and the three of us. And I didn't even think about it, but I'm like, I wonder if because this lady came up and was like all chatting up Alicia and stuff and talking to her, and ended up giving her because this lady had a birthday free ice cream cone or whatever, and she gave it to Alicia, which is the nicest thing in the world. And then I'm thinking, does she think that this is our daughter? Because I mean, Kylie's like 25 now, and I didn't think about it afterwards. I was like, and you know how young I look and stuff,
Yeah.
Anyway, this lady gave her free birthday cone. But yeah, so we had we had a revenge daddy-daughter date for ice cream, and
that's terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah, I'm not above.
People know what kind of family we come from, where we use food as a way to get back at one another. Oh! You had Limitless fries at Red Robin. Well, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get concrete from Andy's.
Was not even hungry, or not even I was just like, let's do it.
I'm gonna run a train on these chicken fingers. I'm just gonna be like, yum, 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 yum.
Hey, that pumpkin pie from Andy's concrete again. Andy's, if you want to sponsor our show, we would
fantastic
sponsorship.
Fan-freaking-tastic. So
I love how Bob says, like, we use food for spite in this family. We also use it to show appreciation. We just use food. Like
it's like aloha. It's like aloha. We use it for many different things.
I would
Rudy uses peanut butter for never mind.
That's pretty good.
I would challenge you guys to go back to any one of these episodes. We're now at 44. Have we ever gone an entire episode without mentioning food?
I doubt it.
I don't think
I've been here.
Not even possible. Not even possible.
Yeah.
No one here did.
So speaking of food, this weekend is the Mizzou homecoming. And right now, the big question, Andrew, Rudy, you guys aren't on this text, so because you're not going to homecoming this weekend, but we're trying to figure out what's going to be on the. Well, that wasn't meant to be a shot at you, but it's we're trying to figure out what's going to be on the menu. It's a 11 a.m. kickoff, so the tailgating will be obviously before 11 a.m. So trying to figure out what's going to be on the menu for homecoming. Am I boring you?
Oh, I'm not part of it, so
I thought food would be exciting enough, though.
The quiche joke has already been made. It's an inside joke with the family. Yeah.
Well, I'm not on this text. Maybe if I was on this text chain, I would have already known. And
well, maybe if you homecoming on.
Maybe if I had known there were some delicious Triscuit crackers. Anyway, go ahead. So what was your question? I was falling asleep.
So
what's on the menu? What's on the menu?
Trying to figure out what to make for breakfast. And I just thought we were talking about food, so we talked more about food.
So you're making breakfast to go on the trip?
I think what we're going to end up doing is biscuits and gravy. I think we're going to do some sausage gravy and put it in a crock pot and warm that sucker up Saturday morning.
At the tailgate.
Yeah.
Okay.
At some point, I feel that there will be a trip to White Castle.
Maybe a shake in there.
Has to be.
Yeah. So, God,
no more,
dude. I am freaking hungry now.
No more hot dogs. So I think we've kind of had our fill of hot dogs for the season.
Dude, I am hungry. And like right about now is when I dip into the kids' trunk or treat stash that they got.
Candy.
It's all, yeah, a bunch of chocolate that was like last week or the week before, 2 weeks ago. No, it was not this last weekend, but the weekend before.
2 weekends ago.
Yeah, whatever. Trunk or treat, and it was like 90 degrees outside, and so of course all the chocolate melts. So we have to come home, put it in the refrigerator, and now it's all like in these weird shapes. But I'm destroying this candy, and I'm getting like the sugars, and so I'm getting all shaky, and and so I'm probably gonna hit that. I'm gonna tap that candy stash here at a few. I may even put myself on, take myself off of here and go run and get a few.
Andy's bad news. Andy's frozen custard just closed. I was thinking if we could end this soon enough, I could run out and grab one, but they close at 11.
Oh, you meant they closed for the day. I was
gonna go. I was gonna go get one tonight. They're putting one literally walking distance from my house, and
it's like between Whataburger and Hawaiian Bros, and who knows what else they're gonna put in that little mecca over there. I mean, they're all my favorite stuff.
Oh my god, yes.
And nobody please tell me how many calories were in this small, because I really don't want to know.
Thousands.
But it was.
Who cares?
All the calories.
Hey, so I touched on trunk or treats. What is the deal? Have you guys noticed people getting more comfortable with giving out crap like toys and stuff instead of candy? Because like some people would have like a bucket of we got candy, or we also have these toys, and the toys like just sucked my kids in, and I'm like, no, like keep your eye on the prize. Why would you go for toys that and I told them, I was like, I'm going to throw them away like shortly after we get home. Go for the candy. And it was like, no, they would go for the toys, the stupid stuff. And I'm like, no, like we're here for candy. And then they couldn't even, like, Emily kind of coached them up about, what kind of candy that you go for. When you have a choice between this and this, you go for this. And of course, she's a Reese's peanut butter cup person. I'm not so I would try. And so she would bypass the Airheads, which are freaking amazing. Get the Airheads, Skittles. I like the fruity candy, but she would go
figure.
You would like the fruity candy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
See, I think for Halloween, I would go chocolate. We can discuss this. I would go chocolate first. I love Skittles, but like when you get to now or laters, I like them, but they're like back of the line. Like it's got to be Kit Kat, Reese's, Snickers first. Baby Ruth, but those are less and less around. But it's all M&Ms, peanut M&Ms, a little fun size bag of peanut M&Ms. Oh my god!
I'm gonna get more bang for your buck or for your trick or treat efforts with Skittles, the little mini Skittle packages.
Skittles are good. I would throw Skittles and Airheads. I don't know. Do they have a
nerd?
Yeah. See, I don't like.
I don't like nerds.
I don't like.
I'm a nerd, and I'm pretty proud of it.
I don't like chocolate, so I go for all those fruity flavors as well. So for me, it's Skittles, Starburst.
I don't understand the I don't like chocolate stuff. What is that?
I don't like chocolate.
That doesn't make sense.
You of all people, how many things did you not like growing up?
I still don't like a lot, but chocolate is chocolate. That's like saying I don't like bread.
That's like America.
That's like saying I don't like to breathe. What? Chocolate.
I would much rather have Airheads or Laffy Taffy.
Yes, Laffy Taffy. That's the one I was trying to think
over
of.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
If there was a Laffy Taffy sitting there and a Kit Kat, you're gonna grab the Laffy Taffy?
I would grab a ring pop.
As long as it's not a yellow Laffy Taffy. Those are disgusting.
I don't know who you guys are.
Ring pop?
I'm not even.
What, a ring? When did ring pop enter the conversation? Ring pop is just a sticky, slobbery. What?
Well, he does.
Hey, what's this? Ring pop just said, "Hold my beer." Add that one to the list of things I hate.
Hold my beer. I don't know, dude.
Any kind of sucker too. I'm good on that. Like a blow pop. Even a Tootsie Pop. I'll just spit out the chocolate.
No, Tootsie Pops, but they have the Tootsie Roll in the middle, and it's kind of Tootsie Roll. So that's right. Alicia grabbed a Tootsie Roll and a fat one too, and I about wanted to slap her hand like.
Tootsie Rolls aren't bad.
Disgusting.
I literally had this thought.
You look like a turd.
Here's the question: Is
I don't care what they look like.
Is a Tootsie Roll chocolate?
Yeah,
I don't know the answer to that. It's like chocolate flavored, like taffy almost.
Chocolate flavored turds.
Yeah,
they're not real. They're like strawberry, or you can get like a vanilla.
Those are good. Yeah. Those are good.
Yeah, those are good too. But like I remember Tootsie Rolls, Grandma Garcia would have Tootsie Rolls in her purse. That was her candy or whatever. And I'm like, or mom would buy them at church. Somebody would be raising money for something and she'd get a Tootsie Roll at Holy Cross. And man.
Yeah.
You guys,
would.
Okay, so now that we're talking about candy, do you guys remember when we would our baseball teams would have those fundraisers? We'd sell World's Finest Chocolate. Yeah, all right.
Sure.
So, and then we would not sell them. So mom and dad would invariably just buy the whole box of World's Finest Chocolate. So then we had in the dining room there in our house in Northeast, we'd have a whole thing of chocolate bars. Well, I remember basically making a poor man's Reese's peanut butter cup by taking the chocolate bar, opening up our Skip or Jiffy, whatever the peanut butter was, taking the chocolate bar, dipping it in the peanut butter, and eating it like that. Did you guys ever do that, or was that just me?
Like how? Show us again. How'd you do
it? Took the chocolate bar.
So did you double dip?
Dipped it in the peanut butter, ate it.
So clearly you double dipped.
And then, I guess
the family size peanut butter.
I would have put the chocolate bar back into the peanut butter, I guess. Yeah.
I know, like he's making up.
Emily's sister used to lick the dust, the Dorito dust off of the Doritos and put them back. I think that's what she told me.
Okay, well, if you really want to get gross, did you guys recall that we would have that yellow water jug in the refrigerator? Remember?
Yeah, we all drank.
We would pull it out. We would literally drink water from it, put it back in, and then somebody else would come in there, grab it, and so we're literally just all putting our mouths in the same jug.
Yeah, that's gross. Well, we drank from a water hose too.
Why don't we just cut out the middleman and just make out with each other? Freaking disgusting.
I will say, going back to World's Finest Chocolate and the fact that I didn't like chocolate, that was so rare that everybody at St. Stephen's knew that, or at least like most people. If you knew me, you knew I didn't like chocolate.
Makes no sense.
And when we had one year, we had the World's Finest Chocolate. One of the prizes, I think third place, was always a 5-pound chocolate bar, which is the thing everybody wants the most. And I won it. And I won it one year. And everybody knew, like, what a weight. Like,
yeah.
The machinery. Yeah.
The thing about Easter, we would get those chocolate bunnies, and I would take the ears off, and again, dip them in my peanut butter, our peanut butter. And I had a homemade Hershey.
Everything you're doing is bad. I want you to know this.
You did all that. And this was the world's finest chocolate. in the world.
I picture Buddy the Elf walking into the coffee shop and said, "Congratulations, you did it!
Congratulations! It's the world's finest chocolate." God.
So you guys mentioned Easter,
but did they go to
hold on
in the Arctic?
Yeah, I don't think there's much chocolate up there, but
yeah.
But no, you guys mentioned.
Are there? Do you think there are any chocolatiers like in the Arctic? Like, how do you become a chocolatier? But real quick, before you go
up there, it would stain everything.
Before you go to Easter, do you guys remember tidal wave gum?
Yeah.
Whoa! Yeah, that was
the commercials. The commercials were great, but you bite into the gum and it would just like shoot
that
juice in your mouth.
Wouldn't be the first time he said it.
You mama.
It was okay. So Jamie, Easter, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying I was gonna go kind of mix Easter and Halloween, like what your strategies, because like I still have Easter candy left over, and that goes into the Halloween distribution that goes out. And so we trick or treat early in the night, and then kids are still coming after we've already, after the girls have just wiped out and gone back home. And so I separate their candy. And so the rest of the stuff we give out is the stuff that we got that was crap. So like the toys that the girls got and stuff, or the Tootsie Rolls, that goes out the door. And so we are left.
Wow. You've got like a full-on operation there at that house.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done that. Now, I will say, when you mentioned toys and stuff, when did that start happening? I think because a lot of these wuss kids are allergic to stuff, and they can't have chocolate, or they can't have nougat or whatever. Yeah. Give the. I don't know. Isn't that a thing? I don't know. Do you know any kids with a nougat allergy? I don't know. Give that wuss a toy or something and move on. I know for a long time, like Macy was getting too old to get Happy Meals, but she wasn't eating enough to get a regular size meal. So I would get her Happy Meals, and all the toys I would just save, and I would hand those out on occasion. Happy Meal toys.
You would hand Happy Meal toys out for Halloween?
Not that there's anything wrong with that. I know we'll talk more about this as we get closer to Halloween, but have you guys ever gotten low on candy? And so what I do is near the end of the night, again, getting low on candy, you take what appears to be a handful of candy, you put your hand in the kid's basket, and then you just pull it back in, or sometimes even the opposite. You put your hand into the kid's bucket and take some of that out and put it back in.
That's what I thought you were saying.
Yeah, I've done both. I've done the fake, the whoa, in goes the candy, out comes the candy. But then I've also done the in goes my hand, out comes some of your candy into my basket.
Wow. That's what I was picturing.
Sometimes I've did the in goes the finger, and then never mind. Wait, say that again.
Wrong show.
Oh, my bad. Oh boy.
I don't even know where to go.
I was thinking of Dave Chappelle in Half Baked when he's on that date, you remember? And he has like only $8 to spend, and it's declining. And then he, at the end of the date, he sees a homeless man and he puts change in there, but he pulls it back out, and then the number goes back up.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Anybody out there?
That's my recommendation of the week.
I need to rewatch that. That deserves a rewatch. Half Baked.
Abba Zabba, you my only friend.
Oh my God. Anytime I see an Abba Zabba, I have to say that, and no one gets it.
I didn't know that was a real candy.
It is. They have them at, I know the Plaza, what is the sugar place? I think it's just called Sugar on the Plaza, the candy store. They've got Abba Zabbas there. And nice. I go in there, and I told Parker or Macy, I'm like, Abba Zabba, you my only friend, and it just falls on deaf ears. They've never seen Half Baked. What am I doing?
I don't think I've ever seen Half Baked.
You should see. That's when you should take a picture of it. Take a picture and send it to me. I would have laughed.
Yeah, I should have done that.
Know your audience.
Yeah. Oh, Abba Zabba.
Good.
Well, I got something too before we start to wrap up here. Did you guys, because now it's starting to get a little cold, starting fall weather, did you guys turn your heat on yet?
No way.
Yes, I turned mine. I turned mine on Saturday. I think.
It was freezing Saturday night or into Sunday or Sunday into Monday. Yeah, it was really, really cold. So yeah, we've turned our heat on for a few nights. You guys get that smell that comes out of the
yes.
Yeah.
That first,
and it takes me a second to be like, what is turn the heater on.
Yeah. Dead bat or something.
I'm in the hotel tonight, and I turned the heat on here in the hotel room, and I'm like, that smells like a cat is on fire or something. I mean, it's just
death. Yeah,
it just is an awful smell. And then you're like, okay, once we get past that, then it'll be fine. But
it reminds me of that true story, that documentary I watched. Quentin would remember where the lady fell into the water tower, and these people were drinking water like from the hotel's water supply, and
that was in LA. That was in LA. What was it called? I know what you're talking about. Parker watched that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was awful. Yeah. But anyway, so that's what there's probably a dead person in the air vents somewhere.
I mean, probably. Chances are there are. No, I only asked because we were gone over the weekend. So we, when we left, it was nice and warm. So we didn't have it on, and we came back. It was freezing in here.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, as I was turning it on and smelling that smell, and it just made me think, like, how in the other part of the year when it's going from cold to hot, and you're like, you always kind of want to wait as long as you can to turn your air conditioner on.
Yeah, I can't wait
on
that.
I feel like it's the exact opposite for heat for whatever reason. I can't. Like I'm looking for a reason to turn on the heat. I don't know why.
Well, if it gets too cold in the house, I mean, I'll wake up in the middle of the night going, God, why? It just interrupts your sleep. I mean,
no, it gives me a reason to put on my thick pajamas, my thick Christmas Buddy the Elf pajamas, and I'm good. Yeah, I
thought that.
I'll turn on the air condition immediately as soon as like it gets a little bit warm, but I won't turn on the furnace forever but I will start watching Christmas movies, which I've already done. So
I was watching Jingle All the Way last night. You're my number one customer. I love that. It's such a stupid movie.
Yeah, I already watched Christmas Vacation, but yeah. So what was weird is this guy. So totally random. This guy, I was up at Avery or Alicia School, and they had a big thing, like a family picnic type thing, like a PTA, whatever thing, on their playground. And I just heard this guy tell his kid something about, "Oh, you're a weirdo" or something. And I looked, I was like, "Who?" It wasn't mean or anything. But I was like, "Who said that?" And I looked over, and I was looking down, and this guy had on. I'd never seen this before in my life. And so it was ironic. He was calling this kid a weirdo, but he had flip-flops on, but they had like turf on the bottom, like green, like
out. Yeah, I think I've seen that before.
I've never. I assume it's for like hippie type guys that like to walk barefoot in the grass. It was the weirdest thing. I was like,
so the turf or whatever is on the bottom of the shoe,
no,
or
it's on
where your foot
where it meets your foot. So it's on the So cool. Bobby, you've seen this before? Because I
feel like I've
this
seen
is the first.
Yeah.
Huh.
It seems weird and totally unnecessary, but at the same time, it's like I'd walk a block in it. Let's give it a try.
All right, yeah. I just had to get you guys' opinions because
you maybe give you a feeling of the grass between your toes, but even though it's not.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but it's like I don't think that was something the market really needed. Like we were really trying to find something for these guys who love the grass.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have that need to walk barefoot, I mean, do other people need to know that you're crazy? I mean, I don't know. Okay. Well, whatever. All right, we can move along. It's just I wanted to see, if you guys, Anyway, what else is going on? What's going on? We had parent-teacher conferences. Anybody have any of those yet?
Mine's scheduled for next week, I believe. Next week or the week after. Yeah. So nothing to report. Nothing to report yet. You're going on Thursday. Have you already gone, Jamie?
I've had one. It was kind of weird though. Another weird thing. We walk in there and the teacher's like, have a seat. at the table where your kid sits, whatever. And so we sat down, little kid table, wasn't a big deal. But she stayed at her desk, and it was like her desk is like 10 to 15 feet away from the little kid table. So it was like we were talking from afar. Kind of like it kind of gave like COVID-y vibes, like, that you would, keep your distance. I don't know. I was just kind of like, is that strange? No,
just trying
a little bit. Yeah.
Set the dynamic of, look, I'm the teacher, you're the student. Go sit over there.
Maybe. Or maybe just didn't want to be around us. I don't know.
Maybe you guys stunk.
Very possible.
Maybe she was sick. Maybe she had a stomach bug and didn't want to share.
That's possible. Yeah, absolutely.
I also don't want to be around you, so I get it.
That makes sense.
I don't like you either.
He doesn't like you.
Anyway,
scum and villainy. Yeah. So was that for Alicia or for Avery? Were they terrible students, or how did that go?
Should I not say? I don't want to bag on her teacher, so you wouldn't know whose teacher it was.
Yeah, my bad. Well, not that's a weird thing. It's not like she was like, clip her toenails while she was talking to you. I mean,
right? Yeah, it was just odd.
Yeah, but
anyway,
that's everyone I've ever had, I've sat in front of the teacher. And,
yeah, no, it was good. It was all good. But at the same time, I think for the most part, have you ever had a conference? Well, you might have with Manny that didn't go well. I mean, for the most part, they say, like, you could say, it could be a fifth grader, and they're like, no, my kid's still writing their letters backwards, and they're like, oh, that's they're fine, they're doing great, like, no, I clearly know there's something wrong with my kid, and no, I mean,
even with Manny, I don't think, when they had the bad conversation about Manny with me, they called me in specific, like, hey, we need to talk to you. Like, it wasn't parent-teacher conference. Parent-teacher conference, it's all like, hey, look at here's her scores on the SRE test, or what SRE. I'm just, here's on the aptitude. I'm just pulling words out of my ass, like aptitude reading, blah, blah, blah. And she should be between here. Whatever, dude, she's 6. None of it matters right now. I don't know. Man,
I know what 2 times 2 is at some point. So
she just wanted to see a blue duck. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I don't, basically I want to know, is she being bullied? Is she bullying somebody? Does she have friends? Is she disruptive? Okay, we're all good then. Continue to do your job.
Does she get in fights? Who wins?
Yeah.
When your kid goes to an all-boys school and is taught by a coach who sends you an email saying, hey, parents, I'm not going to be available for parent-teacher conferences. If you want to find out how your kid's doing and schedule some time, let me know. But, basically I've got a game this day and that day. And so
isn't that like a thing that you have to do? Parent-teacher conferences? No,
not always. No, I remember in high school.
When you're a senior in high school and this is an elective, I mean, come on, how
high school parent-teacher conferences are real weird anyways. Like, the teacher can be like, all right, look, I'm available from 1 to 2 on Thursday. If you can't make it, sorry. See, high schools.
Yeah.
So is this Lifetime Sports, Bob?
It was not Lifetime Sports.
Oh, okay. But, I was thinking of an elective with a coach.
Yeah, no, it's an actual substantive topic, but it's not a.
I had economics as an elective with Coach DeGraw.
So did I. Yeah. Good times.
I took economics with Coach Crow, who I don't think is there anymore. But I had Coach DeGraw. I had Coach DeGraw for American history.
Andrew, what class did you take with Coach Crow?
Economics.
That's it.
So it was
Voodoo economics.
That was the class, and that was the teacher.
That was the teacher.
Oh, was it really? I didn't think he was still there. Crazy.
Shout out to Coach Crow. I don't know Coach Crow, but
yeah, I don't think he was there when you guys were there.
If it wasn't for the fact that I'm recording this on my phone, I would pull up the email and read it word for word. But it's basically like, I don't have time for parent-teacher conferences. Your kids are seniors. Don't worry about it. They're graduating.
Yeah, I got to think
that sounds like Coach Bro.
If they don't have things down by now, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
This economics class isn't going to make or break anyone. So.
Everybody's going to pass. Don't bother me.
Are you guys excited about our fantasy basketball draft coming up on Thursday? You guys are all in it. Andrew, are you in it?
I'm not in it.
Oh,
well, because I don't follow the. No, it's fine. You guys talk about it. I don't follow the NBA, and JJ asked me, and I said, "Hey, look, I'll do it if you need, an even number or something, team. But it probably make more sense to people to follow it. But if anything, I was thinking if I did wind up in it, I would use this as a reason to get into the NBA.
Right.
Yeah.
I've gotten into the NBA a little bit. I was into it as we all, I think the three of us were in high school. Then there's
for gambling purposes, though.
This is true. No,
man.
Here's another one. Are you ready? No lies detected.
Oh Lord! Say less.
That tracks.
Say less.
Yes, I am into basketball because of the gambling aspect, but no.
I will say, Jamie, I took you to the bank last year in NBA games. I won like 15 in a row.
You did, yeah.
And then I just stopped cold turkey. Yeah. Took all your money. It was like, peace.
Probably the best way to do it is to know when to stop. But
went to eat some cold turkey.
But then you lost some football this year.
Yeah, not too much though, just a little bit. But I think I think I beat you for like $180 or something.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't be announcing my winnings on my podcast.
You mean 180 oranges?
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
Wink.
Sure. Wait a minute, guys. I thought gambling wasn't legal in Missouri.
We were in Kansas when we discussed it when we did it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, I'm not I've gotten into the NBA again here in the last few years. So yeah, I couldn't tell you 10 players. If I had to name 10, I'd probably name 8.
This almost feels like a game, like a challenge. I wonder which one of us could name.
Dude, let's do it.
Because here's the thing. The last time I watched basketball regularly, because I was into it about the same time.
Challenge.
Last time I remember, Shaquille O'Neal still played for the Magic. So I don't know.
Long time ago.
So wait, what's the game? We go around and name an NBA player until people.
Can you name 10 current NBA players on current roster?
Well, let's start. See, the problem is if you name, let's say Bobby named 5, then I wouldn't be able to use any of those 5. I wouldn't think, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right. That's why I think we go
clockwise.
We do one at a time. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna. Okay, we can do one at a time. Yeah.
Clockwise, starting with Jamie or starting with me.
Let's go until you can't name a player, and then you're eliminated.
Yeah.
So do you just name the name, or do you have to name the roster?
The thing is, if it's any player, it's got to be quick. There's ways you could do it. I've played games like this similarly, where like the last letter of a player's name, the next player has to start with that letter.
Nope.
Or something,
just name a player.
That's fine. Those can take longer, but if it's name a player, it's got to be fast.
All right, Wemby.
Go, Jamie.
All of 4 seconds, and we're moving on.
Wemby.
Okay. LeBron.
Jason Tatum.
Wait. Who went first and whose name?
For fuck's
I did. LeBron.
No,
right,
you said Wemby.
Wemby.
LeBron. Jason Tatum.
Now you, Bob.
Chris Paul.
Is he still playing?
Judges.
Your 4 seconds is up.
Davis, the unibrow
You're
guy.
out. You're out. You're out.
Right.
You're out. So I'll take that. Anthony Davis.
Carl Anthony Towns.
Bronny James.
He said Bronny James. Lonzo Ball.
James Harden.
Brunson on the Knicks.
Do we got to get first and last? Jalen Brunson. I'll say LaMelo Ball.
The Joker, Jovic. I don't know how to say his name, but you know what I'm talking about. Nikola.
Mila Djokovic.
No, not Joke. No, you know what I'm talking about. All right, how about Luka Doncic?
Well, then I'm going to take the other one that he did because he just said 2 of them.
Yeah, I'll just. Yeah, you have.
You know what? You guys are messing this up.
He said both white guys. He said
you could have just taken the one that
I'm taking the other one, the Maverick one.
Okay. All right, now you.
Okay, Devin Vessel.
Michael Porter Jr.
Spurs.
The guy that played for Kansas that's now on Denver.
Big guy.
No.
You know,
this is awful.
I think this is terrible. Hold on, time out. This is terrible audio. So Bobby's out.
That sounds kind of crazy.
Trey Young.
Joel Embiid.
Trey Young. Joel Embiid. Okay.
What?
Brandon Ingram.
Grady Dick. Is that somebody?
Yeah.
Is he in the
Great A?
Is it Jeremy Sohan? Bam Adebayo. I win. And I will say I was cheating because I've got NBA TV on right here.
I know. I can see your eyes. I can see your eyes going up every. That's BS.
That just surprised me that you were.
Oh man, that was terrible.
Bottom line,
that was fun. That was fun.
We're having our fantasy draft on Thursday. We're playing with
draft on Thursday.
Cousin JJ
donating the entry fee just so I could be a part of something. Because
Cousin JJ and his 2 boys, Joey and Andrew Segura, who I think are pretty big NBA fans. So we'll have to step our game up a little bit. And Tomas is playing. I think Manny's playing.
Quentin's playing.
Kyrie Irving.
The game's over. Quentin went down to the Cowboy game this week. Quentin and Xavier.
I gotta say, I was entertained that our offspring were hanging out together, like without any of us around.
That was kind of neat to see. I gotta say that was kind of neat to see.
Oh, that surprised. He was. I think Xavier was at one point concerned that he might be a quote unquote third wheel. Hey, are they going to want me to hang out with them? So that sort of thing. I was like, dude, he's your cousin. Of course he's going to want you to hang out with them. And so no, it was kind of nice to see the 3 of them. I think they had a couple of friends come with them, right? Crystal and Quentin.
Did they? I don't know.
Yeah, they had a couple of.
You know more about my son than I do. They don't call me. I could be dead. I don't know. That's not like mom.
I could be dead in the streets.
He wouldn't call me. Yeah. Anyway,
he only called me when he needs something.
Quentin and Crystal went down there to the State Fair of Texas, and Xavier went with them. And I think they had 2 friends. Some friend. 2. I don't know. Two men.
Wait, hold on. Quentin has 1 friend. His name's Jeffrey. He has nothing else. So it's probably Jeffrey.
This was Crystal's friend. Then
Giraffe?
Or her. Maybe Crystal's relative. I don't know. Anyway,
you said Giraffe. I was thinking of Jeffrey the butler that would always throw jazz out on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But anyway, no, they got
out.
They got smoked. Cowboys got smoked.
We won't even go into the whole story about how the Quentin and he wanted to pull a Jamie and basically look online to see what tickets hadn't been purchased. They basically bought general admission tickets and then tried to find seats that had not been purchased. Go and sit in those seats, knowing full well that they hadn't been purchased. But then they got kicked out of those seats when they were purchased.
They did.
And they had to do as Xavier said, a walk of shame.
Yep.
And get out of those seats. Yeah, so it was a whole.
Hope they got booed. Boo.
And knowing Xavier, I'm sure he let him hear about it the whole way. Yeah, no, we shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't be doing this.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's how it went down.
Nice.
Hey, not to step out of order here. I just realized we don't have a clip of the week. But anyways, go ahead. Did you guys have something else?
What about the Texas Tech guy? The bell ring?
We've already used that.
I think we've already
used it.
Yeah. The clip of the week. Somebody Google Sergeant Pyle in Full Metal Jacket, and we'll just play that.
That's a little graphic for our.
No. Do the one that you played when we were talking about it earlier. The one from Hall Pass.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'll try to put. We could, play it on YouTube the exact same way we did before.
Do it the same way. Okay.
Yeah. Before we get to that,
give me a minute.
Wait,
you guys go ahead.
Yeah. Before we get to that, did you guys see the Ravens fan? So the Ravens played the Washington Commanders this week.
That's right.
They beat them. Well, that's not a clip of the week though.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a quit acting stupid, which seems quit acting stupid seems a little.
That's
not enough for this guy, but
enough for
basically the Ravens played the Commanders this week, and they won. The Ravens won. I don't know why this guy was upset, but there's this video going around Twitter of this Ravens fan who looked like he was just looking for trouble. Here, let me play it. And Jamie, you haven't seen it yet.
Before you watch the video, I mean, he had to have told his buddy, "Hey, start recording because I'm going to go." Crap out of somebody.
Because you'll hear his stupid buddy with commentary. But here you go. Here's the clip.
Do we got a straggler? Do we got straggler? Do we got straggler? Do we got straggler? Do we got a straggler? Do we got a straggler? Do we got a straggler? I don't lose. Yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Let's fucking go!
Classic.
He don't.
It was a random guy just walking down the street and just hit somebody randomly.
Yeah, they had Commanders jerseys on. So
yeah, my understanding was he was looking for somebody in a Commanders jersey just to beat up.
So that being said, on Twitter they turned it out. They got a still of the guy's face. They said, "Find this guy, find out who he works for," all this stuff. So next thing you know, we get this. His name's Jack Callis. They found out he works for an insurance company. For those of you on Spotify, I have the guy's Facebook profile or LinkedIn profile. Yeah,
you're right. You're correct. It's Facebook.
But yeah, they talked about him being on LinkedIn, and basically they posted his company's his employers.
He's chairman and CEO of the Krusty Krab. Is that what that says?
Yep. So he's got a sense of humor.
Yeah, so you know what type of guy we're dealing with. But on Twitter, they put his employer's website, and they're like, "Everybody go to this website." Well, when I tried to click on that link, it had already been shut down. Like it had already been so inundated with, with clicks and comments that they had already taken it down. They later tweeted the company that he works for, whatever insurance company it is. They said he's been fired. He's been, But as I'm reading this thread of stuff on Twitter, his high school classmates are coming out of the woodwork saying, "Oh, this guy's a dick. He's always been a dick. His dad's filthy rich and gets him out of trouble. And he's been kicked out of 4 private schools." And so just a complete clown. And
so I feel like saying, "Hey, Jack Callis, quit acting stupid." I mean, that's not even strong enough. It's like,
yeah, quit acting stupid isn't quite got it. I mean, it's
don't be a dick.
I don't know.
Being a jerk off.
Quit being you.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the guy though. Did he have any other option? What else was he going to do? He was born to be a dick.
He does look like somebody who would run around and hit somebody randomly.
Yeah, just
what I want to know is this guy's life is, he's going to get his comeuppance, but what about the guy that was filming, who was egging him on and was there and that guy, got free here.
I almost made that comment on Twitter, who's the douchebag screaming in the background that's obviously recording? Let's find him out too.
Equally as bad, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of a fan of cancel culture. Cancel them all.
Cancel them.
We've already got too many.
Cancel them.
You might want to bite your tongue before we actually get canceled.
Jamie, say less. Am I right?
Say less. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Put it this way: if we were canceled, it's likely to be something that Jamie said.
No, I think Bobby, you're kind of with
what?
Yeah, I think Bobby, you're a little more.
What? I said that's objectionable.
You sound like
if you're out there,
Jamie, you're using that drop after accusing Bobby of being canceled, or that's
if you're out there listening, if you're still out there listening, put in the comments, who do you think is most likely to get us canceled out of the four of us?
Bobby.
Oh, I know who it is.
Because half the times he's intoxicated when he's doing the show too.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Your tongue does swell up when you're intoxicated too.
Look at the story he was ready to tell before we stopped him. Go ahead.
Well, because I always default to, is it funny? It may be embarrassing for me to tell. It may be embarrassing for my wife and my family for me to tell, but I always default to, is it funny? And I think you guys have to admit the story I was telling before the show.
It was pretty good.
Pretty funny.
Pretty funny.
So I don't say anything objectionable.
Got any funny stories about bats?
Batty.
Don't let them in your house.
Anyway.
Hey, the last thing I had today, other than I saw a shit ton of movies this week that I want to recommend. I was noticing just on Twitter. I'm on Twitter a lot. The worst fantasy football scorer of all time.
Oh, show this.
Of all time, guys. Let's take a look. This guy scored for his entire team 1.22 points for the week. For the entire, how did that even work?
Hey, so he actually seems like he could be worse than the old dog. Am I right?
Yeah.
That was
Dad strays.
I just put our dad on blast.
I like how
Dad. I like that. Dad's catching strays. That's not on my things I hate list yet. I kind of enjoy that one.
Dad literally has like 5 Chiefs on his team. I'm like, dude, not gonna work.
I mean, and it makes sense because he said, I always think he's being a homer when he always goes after Chiefs players right away. And then he said something this year that really, it made me understand him, which is just he doesn't know who anybody is. Like these are the only players he knows.
Which is shocking because he watches so much football, right?
Yes, he watches Good Morning Football every single day. Like he's up at like 5 a.m. just watching Good Morning Football.
And how does he not know these people?
I have picked up players off of waivers that I have never even heard of, but all you got to do is sort by the proper column to see who is the leading.
I picked up some guy named Bucky something or other. Bucky Irving. I'm like, who the fuck are these guys? I've never heard of these guys.
Actually, a pretty good player. When I was drafting, Tomas, oh no, you need to pick this guy. I'm like, okay.
So back to this guy that you have, and for those on Spotify, we have this guy's score up. He lost 138.4 to 1.22.
And I think he was actually trying to win. I mean, if you look at who he had in his lineup,
it's not a bad team. It's not a bad team.
Dak Prescott.
They got a couple concussions there.
Ezekiel Elliott at running back. He had Travis.
I played Jamie this week, and I felt the Chris Olave pain. He's got Chris Olave at -0.5.
I had Olave in a league, and I had Etienne in another league. So I definitely felt
has Dallas's defense. My God.
I mean,
well, this guy is obviously a Cowboys fan, which he deserves this anyways, because he's got Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, and the Dallas defense.
I mean, really, who puts Ezekiel Elliott in as your starting running back? I mean,
depends on who's on bye.
Well, and
that's true.
Look at the guy's team name, Jack Attack. I mean,
he's very
really.
It looks like
it's Jack from.
Yeah, I was gonna say that logo looks like Jack from Incredibles.
Oh,
Vanessa really like this.
Well, and then I guess he's got at least I guess the person he's playing, the Green Machine. I mean, what the hell is that? Like, that's no better.
Isn't that from what's that from? The Green Machine is am I thinking of something, or am I thinking of the Mean Machine? From The Longest Yard?
Joe Green.
This league itself is kind of looks to be
well.
I just like that Dak Prescott outscored his whole team by 2 points.
That was a segue. That was a segue.
Yeah. No, sorry.
The league itself, the joke, the cherry on top. This dude's in first place of the entire league. He scored 1 point this week, and he's in first place of his entire league.
4-1, huh?
He's got the same record as the Village Idiot. So I mean,
yeah. Look at the names of some of these teams. I mean,
Get Her Done was
the Village Idiot.
So who's what? Do we know what the third place team is? But who's the football player that is likely whose name is likely referenced in the third team to infinity?
There aren't a lot of player names. There's not a lot of player names in these teams.
Wait, who did you say that was, Bob?
I think it was to infinity and Bijan Robinson for the Falcons.
That would be good.
Toy Story fan.
I think it's going to be beyond. I mean, there's a Jack Attack in this.
Maybe they're just
obviously a Pixar
league. Movie fans.
Who's named Coffee Grinder? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Raider or not, here I come.
Get her done.
Get her done.
Yeah, they're big Larry the Cable Guy fans. So, guys,
did we not? Wait, without saying names, did we not have somebody in our league that was Get Her Done or had like that similar kind of R something?
I don't know.
JR probably.
Well, I said let's not say names, but yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, he's had the same name forever. Like, anyway.
What is he? The Burgundies or the Mini Manginas? Which one?
That was JJ.
Is he Organized Chaos or Vic? I don't know.
What is JR?
Vicious something or
Victoria's Secrets?
Victoria's Secrets
or Victorious Secrets or something.
I'm not gonna lie. Until you just said that out loud, I didn't get that.
Victorious Secrets.
You had to say it out loud for me to understand.
Does anybody get my team name Cephas and Breesy?
Yeah,
Brees Hall.
Okay. Yeah, but like, what's it from?
Is that
Cephas and Reese from In Living Color?
Living Color.
Right. So I think us four are the only four. Oh, Andrew, you didn't get that?
I mean, that makes sense. I for some reason, what was I think I was thinking of the Clovis and Sandy, right? Was that the Dolphins?
Those are the poor Dolphins. R.I.P.
We don't. Hey,
I'm just acknowledging that there were Dolphins that Rudy came in contact with.
There were Dolphins
we don't
came in contact with.
That were Clovis and
yada yada yada. They're dead.
You yada yada the best part.
I know.
Wait. We don't know that they are dead. Well, what is a dolphin's lifespan? But we don't know for sure that they are.
That's true. But anyway,
Rudy came into contact with some dolphins. Dolphins are now dead.
They are no longer dolphins.
Those are just facts.
They're no longer dolphining.
But no, I think that's what I defaulted to thinking it was a reference to or something.
Clovis and Sandy. No, Cephas and Reese were a religious group, like singing group on Living Color. With hits such as "Don't talk to the bus driver while the bus is in motion,"
or "Get off the Lord's bus if you ain't got correct change."
Get off the Lord's bus if you ain't got correct change.
We need that needs to be a clip of the week.
That should be a clip. That should be a clip. Yeah, maybe I can find it right now on YouTube.
Go find it. I think that'd be a better clip.
Okay, let me see.
Is that Keenan? Is that Keenan Ivory Wayans?
Probably.
Yes, I think it was
David Allen Greer.
It was David Allen Greer,
but it's somebody else.
Kim Wayans, I believe.
Kim Wayans.
Andy, do you have the clip of the week queued up?
I do, but I thought maybe we wanted to do the In Living Color instead. We can do them both.
He's looking.
I don't know if I can find that particular song, but okay.
Okay. Let me try this.
Yes, I found it. But okay, go ahead.
Okay.
You play yours first.
All right. Here was our first clip of the week contestant.
I wish I could throw up. I know it would help. Oh, wow. You know what? I think I feel a little better.
Apologies to the ExxonMobil bathroom that is closest to Hobby International Airport. I may or may not have done something similar. Again, my apologies. I almost feel like I should send them some money to clean the bathroom.
She said, "I think I feel bad."
I feel like I should have played mine first because that one was tops. But
sorry, I didn't think it was gonna be that great. Yeah, whatever.
For some reason,
let me know.
Go play it.
Go. Okay.
Yeah.
You got
an ad.
You sat through their concerts. Now, the singing soul sensation Cephas and Reese Mayweather are coming to your town in the new Broadway gospel musical written, directed, and choreographed by the Mayweathers themselves. Get off the Lord's bus if you ain't got the...
Get off the Lord's bus if you ain't got current change. Simple, heavy, so maybe too hot to ride the rain. Just keep singing gospel because I feel the change. Then one day you'll find yourself home on the main. Don't give me a home. Where the deer and the antelope play.
Okay, that thing's like 2 minutes long, so
yeah,
you got the idea.
David Allen Greer is an American treasure.
Absolutely. How do I stop sharing my screen?
I have no idea. I had no idea that he like came from legit like acting, like Yale School of Drama. Like he was in school.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I just always thought of him as a comedian from In Living Color. Silly.
I hadn't seen that in years. Oh, don't talk to the bus driver. Anyway,
you should.
We need to probably land this plane, fellas.
Yeah, it was too long. It was 2 minutes, but yeah. Do we got anything else? Oh wait! Time out. What? I went and saw a whole bunch of movies this week.
That's what I was just about to say. Get your recommendations in real quick.
Okay, real quick. So on Apple TV, if you've got the time, watch the movie Wolves with George Clooney and Brad Pitt. Those guys are awesome together. Great movie. I really enjoyed it. It's fun. Then I went to the movie theater and saw Saturday Night.
Already?
Yes. Came out last week. I'm a huge Saturday Night Live fan. I loved it. So maybe I'm not the right person to ask. Yeah, it surprised me too. And I had Macy Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, and I was laid off all last week. So I had all the time in the world, and let's go to the movies. And it's rated R. She probably couldn't go to that one anyways. But she's like, no, I don't want to. And I'm like, ugh. So as soon as I took her home Sunday, I went straight to the movie theater and saw it. Unbelievable. I wish it was a little more chaotic, but it did have me like Googling, did this really happen? Did that really happen? There's some stuff, and I don't want to spoil it for you. Okay, it also made me come home and go to Peacock and watch episode 1 of Saturday Night Live of season 1, like the episode they're referring to.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll do.
Because basically the movie is the 90 minutes before they went on air and the chaotic stuff that went down. So it was great. I absolutely loved it. I thought the acting was great. I thought the portrayals of Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd and Gilda Radner and even John Belushi, they were all like Garrett Morris, Lamorne Morris from New Girl. He was amazing as Garrett Morris. The guy that played George Carlin, whoever he was amazing. It was really, really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
Really good movie. I also saw Piece by Piece, the documentary of Pharrell Williams, and it's made in Legos.
Yeah.
So I get it. It's a documentary. Yeah. It's like, take away the Legos, it's a documentary. I mean, that's what it is. It's interviews with, Snoop Dogg and Jay-Z and Timberland's in it. And, but it's a documentary, which I would have loved just to see a documentary. I feel like the Legos, he's just a weird cat. So that's what he wanted to do. Sure. And okay, I'll go with it. But by the end of it, I was kind of like, okay, I don't need the Lego part of it, but you just kind of get blown away and you forget like how amazing he is, like musically. Like he had a part in so many freaking amazing songs, and he's a freaking genius. And then they did a story about him on Sunday morning. I'm a little bit behind. I'm like 2 weeks behind, but last week they did a story about him on Sunday morning about Pharrell. Dude, he's like the CEO of like Louis Vuitton or something. Like, and that was part of the movie, was like, he's so awesome at music, but he had his hand in so many other things, like in skateboard companies and facial creams. And he I don't know. He just had, he was spread out all over the place. So that was an amazing movie. What did Jamie say?
I didn't say anything.
Something stupid.
I'm sure it was stupid. But anyways, so there's 3 movies. I feel like I'm missing something else, but those are the 3 that I wanted to get.
Yeah,
to.
that's
Did
awesome. I
them?
really want to see Saturday Night, but I've seen all the ads leading up to it, so I knew it must have been soon, but I just didn't even pay attention to dates because I rarely get to go to a movie anyway, so I don't pay attention to what's coming out when.
Yeah,
but I definitely want to.
There was quite a bit of stuff where it's like, did that really happen? And I Google it, and sure enough, yep, it happened. And so very cool, very cool.
Cool.
Anybody else watch anything? No, that's it. Land it
real quick. I took the advice that it came up on our last show, Salem's Lot. I went and watched it and realized, oh wait, there's an older version. So I watched the 1970s version of it, and after I'd started, I realized that it was 3 hours long. So I was like, I've already started it, so I got to finish it. And then I went and watched the newer version after that, and so since
newer version, 3 hours as well. Was the newer version?
One it was a good 2.5, full 2 hours.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm on my horror movie kick, and I just started Terrifier 2, which is Art the Clown, dude. That's intense stuff.
I just saw previews of Terrifier 3, and I'm like, what psychopath would watch this?
It's funny because it's so gory. It's funny. You're pointing the wrong way.
Well, I know. I'm pointing actually to you, but
anyway. All right, go ahead.
Wow.
We need to wrap this up. We're like way long.
Yeah.
Oh crap, we are. Okay.
Long.
Yeah, I know, because we didn't have. Anyways.
Anyway,
I'm done. Bob, you want to take us home?
Yes, let's do it. All right. Appreciate you all watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I don't know. I guess that's it. Like and subscribe and all our socials.
Share.
That's the other one.
Share. Subscribe and share are very important.
Yeah. All right. So until next time, I appreciate you all joining us. For my brothers, Jamie, Andy, and Rudy Two Towels, I'm Bobby D saying, quit acting stupid.
Not to get into too much troubles, okay?